All right, guys, a little bit of an update. We're sort of finished at the restaurant at the minute. The restaurant itself can work, it's viable. Um, to be honest, a lot of the problems are around the owner himself. I'm not really going to get into too much, but it's like a bit like today. I get a message saying I spoke to the lawyer about taking you onto the business. Then the next message is I spoke to the lawyer about stopping the business and suspending it. You can't work with somebody like that. I'll be perfectly blunt on that, because every time you try and do something, they undo it. They're very destructive. So, unfortunately, I can't go much further with that, at least at the moment, unless he actually wants it to be bought out. Then I would certainly look at that because I can see it as being viable. Been a lot of the YouTubers have actually been to it as well. Surprised how many people have bumped into, or they've actually intentionally gone there from the channel. But it's been nice meeting a lot of the people, and a big hi to everybody. Also, the food menu works. We know the food is good. We got a lot of positive feedback on the food, so we know the food is not an issue. The only thing I would really want to work more on is the pizzas, to improve our pizzas a little bit. But beyond that, everything was okay. But there does seem to be some issues around the guy that actually owns the place. Um, there's not a lot I can do about that, except I can't waste any more time on it. When you do a business, you're either in it or out. You don't sit there and go, it's not working, I give up. You've got to turn around and keep pushing and pushing and pushing until it starts taking off. In this case, it needs more signage, more marketing, leaflet drops, but pretty much everything else is already there. And that was a sad thing on this. After so much effort's gone in, it sort of fell flat in its face now, because it's got to a certain point and now stopping. Um, but we'll wait and see. And there's a big pause on that and a big question mark. But I can't see me working with the guy that owns it because his mood swings so much, and that affects the business. And when you've got something that's fresh, new, and he's nurturing to get it to viability, you can't have it. You, you just can't. It will destroy it. Um, what else has been going on? So I've been sort of committed to that for the last few weeks. So everything else sort of went on pause. Um, I had somebody contact me today about a contract in the UK up till Christmas, so I might take that for now, and because it keeps the money flowing at the same time I can keep on with my Spanish. Because once I finish my Spanish, I think the opportunities are there. There's been a few job offers even in this area. Now, don't get me wrong, the pay won't be fantastic, but at the same time, once I get fluent in Spanish, I can work my way into a better job over time. That's the way I'm sort of looking at that. Or we could get a budget together and buy our own restaurant or a food truck, and set up ourselves, because quite simply we know there's a market for it. Um, yeah, just a bit frustrated on that front at the moment. What else has been going on? Um, Yeah, I haven't done much trading stuff because the problem I get with trading is you have to sit and focus on it. And because I haven't had the time recently, up until a few days ago, I haven't really looked at that because there's income to be generated off that as well. But one of the main focuses is actually to get fully funded in Spain, in the sense of being sustainable here. The restaurant sort of knocked that back a month. So I'm sort of, should I go back to the UK and work for a few more months, then come back again? Don't know yet. um, I'm still applying for work here, but I do find that the responses you get from businesses is pretty much zero most of the time. They do get a lot of applications as well. There's an engineering one I applied to the other day that had 200 applicants and only been posted that day. So there is a lot of people looking for work in Spain, which is a well-known fact anyway. Um, but setting up a restaurant and stuff, I think it could be viable within about 3 or 4 months, and that's it for the long term, because that will just keep ticking over and growing. It doesn't really need much else, because one of the things it hasn't got is a external labour force. It'd be run like a mum and pop store. It would just be like me and April running it and doing everything there. On the positive side, the cleaning and property stuff is doing quite well. It's starting to grow. We've got a couple of cleaning contracts which are working. We're doing an Airbnb for David as well. So his is underway. So that will take time to grow. And I met a woman in another area that basically does cleaning, and her husband does building. But she said in the UK you don't need about 40 customers here. You need about 130 because of the way the market's set up here, because properties are empty a lot of the time. But the point is, she's doing it. She's got it viable. So I know the market's there, but it's whether we just go full throttle for that, or I just drop into the UK and invest some of the money while working in the UK for leaflet drops and stuff, to get that moving. So I'm sort of working on different angles at the moment. But that's the update on where we are today. Frustrated about the restaurant because I know it was almost there. It was nearly at the point where it was viable. But then it's just been thrown to the wind. But what can you do? It's not. I don't own the place. So anyway, thanks for watching.